Welcome everyone. This is lesson 5.4, solving special systems of linear equations. So your goal is to understand systems that give you something other than one solution. So far, all the work that we've been doing, whether it's solving systems by graphing, by substitution, or elimination, we've always gotten one solution. But we now need to consider that there might be other scenarios other than a single solution, because what we've seen for the most part is problems like this one. If we do it graphically, one equation with one set of information, a second equation with a second set of information, and the only answer is this one intersection point, the one point that these two lines share and no other. But if you think about it, there's other possibilities. Like, for example, take a moment to think about what would the graph of a system look like if it had no solution? Well, it would look like this. One equation and its information or data, a second equation, but with the same slope. And because they have the same slope, they're parallel, they're never going to touch. So there's no single point that these two lines share. And so it is possible to get systems problems that don't have any answer. What's another possibility? Is there a way to get more than one solution, but still be looking at linear functions? Well, that would look like this. And you might have a little hard time seeing this, but what we've got here is we've got one equation graphed in blue right here. But then when we go to graph the other equation, which I'm putting in orange, they're directly on top of each other. So what I get is a solution point here, but then they also intersect here, here, everywhere. And since these lines are continuous and they go on forever, basically I have an infinite number of solutions. That there's not just one answer or two answers, there is an infinite number of answers because these two lines are on top of each other and they intersect everywhere. All right, so that's what we get. We get these three scenarios when it comes to systems. And if we think of them in terms of a graph, they look like this. Our most typical situation: two lines intersecting, one solution. Some vocabulary you might see in a future class is this is called a consistent system and independent. You might get this situation where we get the two lines on top of each other, and like we talked about, there's just all these different intersection points, and there's infinitely many points of intersection, infinitely many solutions. And this you might see referred to as consistent and dependent. Or we get no solutions, zero solutions, two parallel lines, which is called inconsistent. Don't worry too much about this terminology. I just wanted you to kind of see it because you'll see it in future math classes. But for us, what's important is realizing there's three possibilities: one solution, infinitely many solutions, and zero solutions.